Hey ladies, here we are today with Carol Richard, part of the group and also an EFT practitioner from Prince Edward Island in Canada, lovely Canada. My new friend Carol is, so one day I'm going to get up to Prince Edward Island and we're actually going to meet in person when we can hug.
I guess not right now.
When we can come less than 6 feet beyond each other, or next to each other. So Carol and I have just been chatting a little bit before we started recording just to see what she wanted to tap on for our weight management group. And Carol, explain what's going on with you with this whole coronavirus and you guys are shut down. Illinois is shut down right now as of yesterday. So what's going on? What's your fears?
Yeah, so we kind of shut down like probably Tuesday. Things are starting to shut down. So we've been in this, I've been home probably, since Tuesday. Since Tuesday, I've left the house 3 times. So I did go get groceries once. But as we were talking about having to do this, I'm feeling really good through this virus in the sense of I'm not scared of the virus. I'm self-isolating. I'm tapping when I read too much news and all that stuff. And it hit me yesterday. Oh my God, I'm going to gain 20 pounds. Like I'm going to, because I've been eating foods that I don't normally eat. And my husband is going, oh, I'm not going to gain 20 pounds because I'm just going to fight through this. And I'm going, yeah, but I don't have that commitment that he has to work out still, even though the gyms aren't open. Like right now, he's doing his workout downstairs and I'm eating chips. So it's one of those, is like, I have a fear that I'm going to gain 20 pounds.
Okay.
That absolutely fear I will gain 20 pounds and none of my clothes will fit and I can't go to the store to buy any right now. So
none of my clothes. And I'm guessing that there's going to be other women as the states and communities start this shutdown and we're getting having less activity, able to have less activity. And I've gone, you and I discussed this before recording. I've been thinking of the same thing because I too purchase things that I just would normally not buy, and it's that deep down belief. We don't know how long this is going to happen. And maybe I need some comfort food. Maybe that'll help me feel better. So when you think about the fear of gaining 20 pounds during do you want to call it the shutdown, the lockdown? What do you guys call it?
During this isolation.
During this isolation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isolation.
And so when you think of possibly gaining 20 pounds, that fear, where does it sit in your body, or do you feel it in your body anywhere?
I do. It's like right in my throat. Like I even like once we started talking about it, like all of a sudden it's like I could feel it in my throat.
And how does it feel?
Oh, it just it's like this feeling of like not trusting myself to not eat everything in sight. Like,
does it have a physical feeling in your throat, or a color, or a something?
It's like a ball. It's feeling like a ball in my throat.
Okay. How big is that ball? Does it have a size, do you think?
Right, the size of my fist.
Okay.
It's exactly where I am, where I got my fist right now, and like the size of my fist.
Okay. Okay. And how high on the scale of 0 to 10 is that fear that you're going to gain 20 pounds?
Well, I'd say a 9.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah, it's pretty high. It's like, as much as it's a fear and a panic, it's almost like a certainty as well. Like, I'm like, and that's what scares me, is the fact that it's almost like a certainty that I'll gain 20 pounds. That's the fear / kind of panic that's coming with it right now, is like, there's no way out of this. I'm going to gain 20 pounds. Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's just do a round just on the fear, and we're going to avoid the face points today. Okay. So we're going to go from the head to the clavicle to the underarm, and then we'll tap the wrists together, okay, to avoid face points. And I want everybody to practice that during this whole viral coronavirus episode that we're all going through. Let's avoid the face points while tapping. It'll still be very effective. So we're just going to tap on the fear. And I'm apologizing already because my joint custody agreement of Boo the cat with my niece, it's my time to have him, and I sit down and he doesn't want to stay off me. So if he gets
It's
in the way,
okay.
I apologize. Even though I have this fear in my throat,
Even though I have this fear in my throat,
right here, right now, I'm okay.
right here, right now, I'm okay.
Even though I have this fear in my throat,
Even though I have this fear in my throat,
this ball the size of my fist
this ball the size of my fist
in my throat,
in my throat,
I know right here, right now, I'm safe
I know right here, right now, I'm safe.
and I'm okay.
And I haven't gained 20 pounds yet.
And I haven't gained 20
That's
pounds.
what came to my mind. I'm okay and I'm safe.
Okay, even though I have the fear
Even though I have this fear
of gaining 20 pounds,
of gaining 20 pounds,
right here, right now,
right here, right now,
I haven't,
I haven't,
and I'm okay.
and I'm okay.
This fear in my throat,
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 all this fear in my throat
all this fear in my throat
of gaining 20 pounds
of gaining 20 pounds
during isolation.
during this isolation.
Inhale and let's exhale really big. This fear in my throat,
This fear in my throat,
isolation.
because I'm in isolation.
Okay. Just from that one round, check in with your throat, check in with the fear level. How does it feel right now?
So the fear level is still quite high, probably like a 7.
Okay.
And now I'm feeling it is like a sensation kind of like on the side of my throat. So it's no longer a ball in it, but it's kind of moved on the side of my throat.
Does it feel like anything is going on down the side of your throat?
There's just like, I don't want to call it a tickly, but kind of like just like a prickly sensation on the side of my throat.
Okay. And is the fear still about gaining, the possibility of gaining 20, or are you still certain you're going to gain 20 pounds during this isolation?
Well, it's almost like what came to mind when we were doing that round. It's like that I'm not strong enough to resist all this comfort food that I brought into the house.
Okay. So is that what the fear is about now?
Yeah, is that I won't be able to resist all that comfort food. Therefore, I'm going to gain 20 pounds.
Okay. Okay, let's see what comes up with this round. Even though I have this remaining fear,
Even though I have this remaining fear,
it's this prickly feeling on the side of my throat.
it's this prickly feeling on the side of my throat, and it just moved down right onto my shoulders.
Okay.
Like a weight on my shoulders right now.
Because I'm not strong enough
Because I might not be strong enough.
to resist all the, did you say comfort
food? Yeah, to resist all this comfort food that I brought into my house.
Into my house. But I deeply and completely accept myself anyway.
Accept myself anyway.
Even though I have this remaining fear,
Even though I have this remaining fear,
and it feels like a weight on my shoulders,
and it feels like a weight on my shoulders,
I'm not sure I'm strong enough to resist
I'm not sure I'm strong enough to resist
all the comfort food I brought in my house.
all this comfort food I brought in my house.
But right here, right now,
But right here, right now,
I'm okay,
I'm okay.
and I'm aware of this feeling.
And I'm aware of this feeling.
Even though I have this remaining fear,
Even though I have this remaining fear,
I'm not sure I'm strong enough
I'm not sure that I'm strong enough
To resist all the comfort food I've brought into my home.
To resist all this comfort food and beer I've brought into my home.
And fear. And what if I gain 20 pounds
And what if I gain 20 pounds
during this whole isolation period?
during this whole isolation period?
Right here, right now,
Right here, right now.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
And I'm so happy I'm aware of this fear.
I'm so happy that I am aware of this fear.
So I can become more aware.
So I can become more aware and make better food choices.
Yeah. And I'm just letting everybody know that after I've tapped with Carol before, and when Carol belches, that's a sign to her that her energy within is moving.
Yeah,
so that she's not being rude.
I'm not being rude. That's my energy release. The burps come up.
Energy release. Some people yawn, some people belch. Yeah,
some people cry. Some people laugh. Cry.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just accept whatever's happening in your body right now while you're tapping along. Okay, so we're going to go to the top of the head. This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
What if I'm not strong enough to resist?
What if I'm not strong enough to resist?
Remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
This weight on my shoulders.
Weight on my shoulders.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
Of gaining 20 pounds.
Of gaining 20 pounds.
During this isolation period.
During this isolation period. I just had a thought that I'm not going to get on the scale.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
Gaining 20 pounds.
Gaining 20 pounds.
Can't get on the scale.
Can't get on the scale.
Let's do another round. Remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
During this isolation period.
During this isolation period.
Fear of gaining 20 pounds.
Fear of gaining 20 pounds.
This remaining fear.
This remaining fear.
Gaining 20 pounds.
Gaining 20 pounds.
Inhale and exhale here, Carol. Remaining fear.
Remaining fear.
Gaining 20 pounds.
Gaining 20 pounds.
Remaining fear.
Remaining fear. That completely shifted.
Okay.
So it's like, it's not a fear that like, it's almost like in my mind, I'm saying like, out of all the things you have to worry about, it's putting on a few pounds that you can take off after if you need to. Like, that's basically what my mind is saying. It's like, come on, like, just don't get on the scale, make it through this, watch your food content, go out for walks, do yoga in the morning. And afterwards, if you've put on 5, 10, 15 pounds, then take it off. Like, it's almost like that kind of, yeah.
Realization.
Yeah, like it's, there's a lot.
And that's why we love EFT. Because it drops that cortisol in the amygdala, the fear part of our brain, and it makes us, the frontal cortex, actually make decisions and think clearer.
Think clearer. And I also want to say that that's not the result I expected to get with this few rounds of tapping.
Right.
I was like, oh, I'm just going to get rid of the fear. And what I wanted to say to myself, I'm going to get up and I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do this. But instead, what came up was, you know what, it's not the end of the world if you put on a few pounds. Not that we want to put them on, but we're living through something that is not normal.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
If the worst that happens to me is put on 20 pounds, which I know I won't, but if that's the worst that happens, then I can deal with that after. The people who have the virus can't deal with what's going to happen. So that to me, like, this is why I love EFT, because we did what, 2, 3, we didn't even use all the points. And yeah, Like, so I'm always shocked every time I have like
I
a
know.
shift like that, because you can't explain it to people. You can't explain how it just changes, like you said, your thought process,
Yeah.
your way of thinking. So,
Well, yeah, it opens, it's like, somebody said something to me the other day about, I mean, you and I know from training and trauma for EFT, that reptilian, the back part of our brain. She said, yeah, the reptilian part of our brain is having a huge party right now where all of our
right.
fight, flight, or freeze emotions are living, and it's having a huge party trying to protect us and doesn't want to expand the party into the frontal cortex where we can actually think and make logical decisions.
Well, yeah,
So yeah, and that was a great, the way she said that. I'm like, you're right. Our fight, flight, or freeze system is in high gear right now, and we just need to keep tapping to release that, and so we can
yeah,
think clearer and make better choices and better decisions for our future, for tomorrow and today and days
today.
ahead.
Yeah.
Carol, thank you so much for tapping. Thank you for volunteering. If
No
anybody
problem.
else wants to volunteer on simple tapping sessions like this for our group, it's, I mean, of course, it's a public group, so other people can see it. They just can't comment on it.
But they
But
can
yeah,
benefit from it.
it benefits everybody. It benefits everybody. And tap along with these little tapping videos I'm going to be putting on. Hopefully, I'll have more people volunteer. And yeah, just tap along, because you will get borrowed benefits, even if it's not the same exact thing that Carol had tapped on or that Patty had tapped on. Borrowing benefits, you're going to get a benefit from it. So we will all see you soon in the next video. Bye.